So how many of you would agree that all leaders in this business have a large circle of influence? Would you agree? Say aye. Aye. Okay, now why am I bringing this up? Does that mean that you should sit there and know that, or you should develop that? So how do you develop a circle of influence? Well, real simple. Start talking to people, right? So what if, can I bring that slide back up? You guys bring that back up? Okay. What if that circle represented your circle of influence and it was 20% filled out? Let's say that's yours, 20%. If you talk to somebody today, could you put a dot on it? Put another dot? Put another dot? Do a call, put another dot? What if us as leaders taught people how to develop their circle of influence? Would that make network marketing easier? Okay? Because the best people at this are the ones that develop the circle of influence. Thank you, guys. Now, stay standing, stay standing. There's another thing I want to share. Industry experience. How many of you were born with it? Industry experience means this. I'm going to let you guys in on a very, very simple secret. We're in the sales business. How many of you know this is sales? How many of you know being a mom is sales? How many of you know being single is sales? How many of you know being married is sales? You got to convince yourself all the time. So how many of you would say that these folks standing up, all of these leaders, have industry experience? How long have you been in the industry? 2 years. 2 years. Now, how many people have you talked to in the last 2 years? Thousands. Did you develop? So you've only been in 2 years. How long have you been in? 2.5? 16 years. So you can catch up to 16 years in 2 years by doing what? Talking to people. So you're saying if you talk to people, you can increase your circle of influence. Get a Scott right there, right? And you can increase your what? Industry experience all in one shot. This is interesting, isn't it? So what did you do to increase your circle of influence with people? Now, what was your profession before this? Do you get a mic over here? A microphone. Now, do you have to be a chiropractor to do this?
Absolutely
not.
It
seems like you do. Okay. Now, what does being a chiropractor give you? It gives you what? A circle of influence.
Circle of influence.
But it didn't give you industry experience, did it?
Not at all.
You had to learn that. Now, how would somebody learn it that didn't know what to start with?
Tapped in.
Tapped in. Tap into what?
To the leaders who were doing it.
So you're telling me if we do what they do, we can get what they have? Sure. Huh. But if we do what it looks like they do, is that different than actually doing what they're really doing? I'll give you guys a very quick story here real quick. I was in Woodstock, New York. Anyone been there? It's not that story. It's a different one. And I'm at my buddy Nick's house. You know that story. I'm at Nick's house, and he let me sleep in this cot in the back of his room. You know, he's got that like room that's a, you know, computer room, plus it's a place to sleep when guests come over. And I sleep on his like Star Wars blanket. You guys know this blanket? And I wake up in the morning to bam, bam, bam on the keyboard. And his little son Joseph is on the keyboard. I go, what's going on? He goes, I'm on the computer, I'm on the computer, I'm on the internet like Dad. I looked over, it's not even plugged in. It looked like he was doing what his dad does, but he wasn't actually doing it, was he? Everybody understand this? So what they're really doing that you don't realize is they're developing 2 or 3 of these circles, because the last circle is the one we really want, is this, financial resources. How do you grow your financial resources in this business? So you're either going to come into this business with them, or you're going to have to what? Develop them. So if you can go out there every day, and I'll get you guys a copy of this little circle sheet, and you guys, you email me later and you can get this, but what if every day you started plugging away at this? Every day, instead of worrying about who I'm going to close today, what sale I'm going to make, what if every day you develop this? How long would it be until you actually had what you wanted? Wouldn't be long, would it? So I know for a fact, if you could start developing these skills, it's going to be simple for you. So here's my question. If that's what they did, should you all do the same? Should you teach people to do the same? You should encourage people to do things that are going to grow these 3 areas, because if you don't grow these 3 areas, you're never going to get what you want.